everyone, this is Sailor, and I want to apologize in advance for the really crappy webcam. I'm having to use my computer. I have a built-in webcam on my desktop computer. I don't have my laptop with me, which is what I've been using recently. And I'm sorry for the whizzing noise. That's the fan in my computer, because the mic is built into the computer. But this is some updates and stuff that I have. I have quite a lot of updates, actually. The first one doing with this girl, Freya. The big one is, this is not the original Freya. It is not. This is a new Freya. If any of you guys had watched one of my earlier update videos, I had said that I had ordered a new Hoojo Freya for the purpose of replacing my old one and basically reshilling this character into a new Freya. And the reason that is because, one, there's an updated model, and they're fairly inexpensive, so I don't feel so bad about it. And the old Freya was really, really damaged. I didn't know what I was doing when I got her. I didn't know how to do face-ups. I didn't know what to do, what not to do. So I didn't seal her before I painted her. I only sealed her afterwards. And I used the wrong kind of sealant, and it melted her skin a little bit, melted the plastic in certain places, and basically she's been really damaged for a while, and I just now got around to replacing her. To show you guys, I had wiped off the old Freya completely. To show you how badly she is damaged, that's after wiping her off. If it gives you any, wow, that Freya looks she looks really yellow in this crappy webcam, but she's not that yellow. She's basically stark white. Here's some comparison. Yeah. And as you guys can tell with this is the exact same Freya, it's the same character. I used orange, and orange has a really bad tendency to stain. So I made sure to coat her like 4 times, literally 4 times before I painted her. So, but another update to Freya is I made her this dress out of fabric I got from Etsy. Or it's not a dress, it's a shirt and a skirt. It's really pretty fabric. But back to the old Freya, the old body. She is very damaged, and no, I do not intend on getting rid of her or throwing her away, which would be really bad. I'm going to modify her. I'm going to spray her, which is the only way to deal with the heavy amount of staining that she has, is to spray her. I'm actually planning on turning her into a steampunk doll. So like a wind-up music box doll, actually. Named Orphine, who will tie into Freya's story, because Freya made Orphine, and Orphine is meant to be the size of Freya, so she's meant to be life-size in her world. Basically, I'm going to spray her copper, because there's this really nice hammered copper spray paint that is meant for plastic. It bonds to plastic, and it will not chip. So if any of you guys are interested in spraying like your ABS, I don't know about any of vinyl or resin or anything like that, but ABS, use like the Krylon Fusion stuff, because it bonds I can't say anything today. It bonds to plastic without having to sand it, and it doesn't chip. Because I've used it on Nerf guns and other stuff for steampunk projects, and I have not had a chip at all. And that's really cool. Even on the moving parts that would be moving and would normally chip. So I'm going to do that, and then I also have intentions of getting a music box piece, the part that actually makes the music. I didn't see any when I went to the thrift store for my Dumpster Dolly challenge, but I'll keep looking for an old music box that I can take the music piece out of, and then I'm going to drill a hole in her back and basically turn her, get it to where I can put the music box in music box piece in and turn her into a music box. And I also want to carve into her body to put gears and make holes to look like a really pretty pattern. So I have my work cut out for me with that one. I think that's it on Freya. I think. Next I will bring up Elizabeth. She has a few things that are new. The first one being her face-up. I redid her face-up, and the reason I did that was because I wasn't happy with the old one, and every time I kept looking at her, I couldn't see the character. I couldn't see the character I had in mind for this doll. All I could see was oh, that's a pretty doll, but that's not Elizabeth. I couldn't see it. And I'm like, I'll do another face-up, and hopefully that'll, change, and I'll see the character again. And it did. It helped. And I definitely see Elizabeth in this character now. All I need is a pair of glasses and shoes. All of my dolls need shoes. I don't have any dolls. I have like 2 pairs of dolly shoes. None of them fit. And I have a pair of dolly shoes on the way for Ivy. That's about it. But enough about my rambling. Let me show you her face. You can't really see it that well with this crappy webcam. My apology. But I redid her face. Her freckles look a lot better now. They don't look as splotchy and crabby. I watched some YouTube videos on how to do freckling better. Because I had done the splatter technique originally, and that's what I did this time, but I didn't know you had to use a certain kind of brush to get it to work properly. But yeah, I did her freckles turned out great, and I did her lips slightly darker. I lined her eyes with brown instead of black. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with her face up and how it turned out. And another new thing, as most of you guys can see, is her sweater. I got this really cute sweater for really cheap on Etsy. I can't think of the shop's name off the top of my head. It's a shop owner from LA. I'll leave the links to all this stuff in the description bar or down below. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. It's cute. Also, I made Elizabeth a Halloween costume, and it's not on her. I had it on her for a little bit, but I took it off because I got the sweater in, and I immediately put that on her. I also have a hat coming in for her as well. I made this tutu, which you can't really tell all that well. It's super, super poofy. I didn't mean to make it as poofy as it is, but it looks cool. This blue tutu, and there's a top that's floating around here somewhere that I'm not bothering with right now. And I'm working on some ballet flats. So, that's her Halloween costume. I'm still working on everyone else's. Where did you go? The next one is Ivy. Has a new face up. Because I wasn't really super happy with the first one that I did. As I seem to notice that with my face-ups, that the first round of face-ups that I ever did, I was really unhappy with, and then I redid them until I liked it. This is the third attempt. This is the third face-up I did, because there was her first face-up that I did, and then right before the one that's on her face now, I had done a face-up, but it was too dark. It looked like she came straight out of a Tim Burton movie, which would be okay if that was her character, but it's not. So let me take her wig, or take her wig off so you can see her face up. Her eyebrows are better than they were before. They're still not great, but they're better. I did some really cool ombre effect with her lip. I did the red pencil like I did last time, but I also did some black pastel very lightly around the edge of her lips, and it gave this really nice ombre effect. And I also darkened around her eyes to give her more of a shadow, because normally she just wears eyeliner and smudges the crap out of it. Also, in my wonderful world of Etsy, and Etsy's really dangerous when you have money, I just recently got a card, like a bank card. I know I'm living in the past. And a PayPal, so I've been going crazy on Etsy. I got some fabric that I will be using for Dolly clothing. You saw the one I had used on Freya. I'll leave a link to this seller down below because she sells some really pretty fabric from Japan. A lot of Lolita fabric, so if anyone's interested in Lolita fabric, I would go to hers. Her stuff's a little pricey, but if you're wanting doll stuff, she has like 6 or 7 fat quarters for like $6, and it's stuff you would not be able to find here, or find in the US at least. I got 4 different colors of this really pretty Alice in Wonderland fabric. I got black, white, a pastel pink, and a hot pink. And then in the Lolita, I think it was called Lolita Scraps, basically the Lolita fat quarters. This is my favorite. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it, or if I'm going to turn it into doll clothing, because I don't really have a doll that would wear this, but I want to use it so bad. I don't know if you can see it very well with the webcam, but it's got this really pretty gold shimmer. Like the gold parts actually have like an iridescence to them. What else? I have this doll fabric, which I'm thinking about getting some interfacing and actually turning the dolls into dolls for Freya. And then I've got this really cute ballerina fabric, and then this cute, I don't really know what to call it, but it's cute. And then here's a more like 50s fabric. There's a girl walking a poodle. A blue version of the doll fabric, and another one color and style of the ballerina fabric. And that is, I think, oh, I totally forgot. I had actually got, when I was talking about Ivy, I got her new eyes. She has new eyes in her head that you can't really see. They're a brownish color, like a light brown. Not too thrilled of them, because in the picture they look like a yellow color, and I've decided to make her eyes yellow. And since they're brown, I mean, they're better than the blue ones, and they're better than the black ones that I hated. But I got her some eyes coming. I also have Orphine, which is what Freya's old body will become. Some eyes from a really cool Etsy seller that has a bunch of really gorgeous glass eyes that he hand blows himself. Headed on the way for her, and hopefully they turn out more of a yellow, because the pictures look like an orange yellow, so hopefully they're that and not a brown color, but we'll see. I think that's it for now. This has kind of gotten long and rambly, so I'll end it there. See you guys later.